In this video, I really want to share some self-care tips with you all in terms of how we're preparing for COVID-19. Now, this video is not going to be about what COVID-19 is or any treatments or anything like that. I'm no doctor or anything like that, so I'm going to save that to the experts. But I really want to share with you guys some self-care tips that you can implement into your day-to-day to prepare for what's happening around the world. As you know, it has impacted everyone greatly, and everyone is in a state of panic, fear, and hysteria. And of course, rightfully so, because things are kind of spiraling every single day and changing all the time. But there are some self-care tips that you can control, that you can implement on a day-to-day. Please keep on watching. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanne, Agius, your self-care coach. If you guys are just joining for the first time, a warm welcome to you all. This is the channel where I dedicate prioritizing self-care in all aspects of your life so that we can be the best version of ourselves. If this is something you're interested in, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you guys are notified whenever I drop a video. Below, and let me know how you guys are implementing self-care and what you guys are doing to combat what's been happening around the world. So one of the things that we do is to be as knowledgeable as possible. So with everything that's transpiring with the virus, things are changing so fast. For me, the one thing that I can do to reduce stress and so I feel prepared is to be knowledgeable and to be on top of things, especially with what's happening in the media. Now, I'm the first to tell you that I'm actually someone that does not watch the news every single day. It's because there's a lot of things that are happening in the world that sometimes are more negative than positive. So I find that if I consume a lot of media that sometimes could be really biased or could be blown up, it tends to instill more fear than it should. But when it comes to serious matters such as the virus, I want to make sure that I'm up to date about anything that would have to do with the health of my family, of course. And that's a priority to me. I still find that there are things that I can do to control what's happening, especially the thoughts that are in my head. Being knowledgeable is very important. Consuming media that you know is not biased, that you trust, is important. We have WhatsApp groups with our family where we share articles. Same with some family chats on WhatsApp as well, where we exchange relevant topics and checklists in terms of how to prepare for things. The CDC actually released a really good checklist. Being knowledgeable, that is a really good way to help reduce stress, because if you're prepared, then you're not going to be in a state of panic and scarcity when the time comes. The next thing that we do is a no-brainer, but I can't believe how many memes I've seen about people washing their hands. It's like, isn't this something that everyone does anyway? But apparently not. This is something that I really stress, especially having 2 kids. I really want to stress, okay, like kids could be such a carrier of germs, and especially having a 2-year-old who just loves to touch everything. Every single time we come from anywhere outside, the first thing that we do is we wash our hands. And we have soap, we have a bathroom really close to our front door, so we make sure that we wash our hands thoroughly. And a really good tip is to wash your hands as long as it takes to sing happy birthday. So you sing happy birthday twice, that will be sufficient time for you to clean your hands with antibacterial soap. So that's one thing that we do. I have actually increased the amount of time that my daughter and my son bathes. So, you know, any single time we come back from somewhere in the public, we wash our hands. I also bathe them if I need to, change them a lot more. I want to make sure that they're always in clean clothes. Our family actually, we don't wear any outside clothes inside. So outside clothes stays outside, and then inside clothes, which is like our pajamas or things that we like to bum around in, we like to keep that indoors. So the next few things that we do in our household has to do with having a very efficient immune system. And again, these are things that I implement every single day, regardless of the coronavirus. But of course, now especially, it's important to be even more vigilant and even more consistent with it. One of the things that we do is we make sure that we get enough sleep. If you guys need some tips on how to sleep better, I've actually already created a video on this here, and so don't forget to click this video afterwards where I share with you guys some really good tips on how to sleep faster and have better quality sleep. But we really want to make sure that we get enough hours during the night so our immune system is as strong as possible. So they recommend 6 to 8 hours of rest depending on the age group that you're in right now. But I've also heard that going through a full sleep cycle is very important, and to not be interrupted during those sleep cycles. Whatever it may be in your household, it's really important to get enough rest, especially now. We tend to be early risers and we go to bed early. So if we know that we need to wake up early every morning, and especially being a mom, I really don't have a choice to sleep in anyway, even if I really wanted to. I have to make sure that I know when to unwind and when to turn off my phone, my computer, to not expose myself to blue light, things like that, so I can start unwinding and I can start feeling tired and do what I need to do to sleep at a good time every single night so that I get that 6 to 8 hour window. And this really helps us and prevents us from being sick.
So an apple a day keeps a doctor away could not be more vital as it is now with everything that's going on. So we are really making sure that we are remaining consistent with the vitamin intake that we've been taking daily, and also making sure that we're consuming foods that are also vitamin enriched. So the 3 things that we want to make sure that we are taking, especially now to boost our immune system, is vitamin C, vitamin B6, and also vitamin E. So those are the 3 things that research has shown to help boost our immunity. Vitamin C is in the foods that we eat, since it's in our refrigerator a lot, such as grapefruits, oranges, strawberries, kale, spinach. Those are the things that we make a smoothie on a daily basis or as a healthy snack. My daughter loves strawberries. But wherever we're lacking, I make sure that we also have vitamin C chewables, which my daughter loves as well. So it's kind of like a little candy treat for her, and it's perfect because it also helps boost our immunity. Vitamin B, eating well. This is something that we try to do every single day. Try to eat our grains. Try to not consume things that are filled with saturated fat or sugar content, things that really make us feel the best. So we generally try to stick with the 80-20 rule in our household. So we're healthy about 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time we like to indulge and treat ourselves and reward ourselves with things that taste good that may not necessarily be on like the top healthy list. But a majority of the time we want to make sure that we're consuming superfoods and we're consuming a lot of leafy greens, and we're getting our smoothies in, and we are eating a lot of protein, just things that are healthy. And that is a good way to make sure that our immune system is in tip-top shape. Now the next one also is exercise, and I'm probably going to be talking about exercise in every single one of my self-care videos because exercise is super important. And my husband and I, we exercise as often as we can every single day. If it's at home and we can't leave the house, then we find home workouts. I YouTube something, I do weights. We also have an elliptical machine if going to a gym is not as accessible. When it comes to our kids, I try not to turn on the TV and have my daughter just like sit in front of the TV. We try to be active as often as we can. We have a trampoline that I have her jump, run around, anything that would really encourage her to move as much as possible. And I think that that is a really good habit to embed, especially early on. And in our household, we all love to kind of get moving and exercise, and it's just something that we have incorporated in our lifestyle and something that we feel will help boost our immune systems to prevent us from being sick. Another point I really wanted to make is the fact that during the state and the time that we're in right now, it is really normal to think worst case scenario, but it is very important for our mental state to try to think as positively as possible. And in my video here where I talk about reprogramming our mind to think positively, and in a lot of videos where I talk about focusing on all the positive things, I understand that naturally what is in the media right now, and we're constantly reminded about
the negative impacts of what is happening, it's hard not to think worst case scenario. But I want to stress that your mental state is very important, and the more that you stress about something, the more that it is counterproductive for your immune system, because stress is one of the main reasons why your immune system might not be at its tip-top level. So in order to kind of reduce the amount of stress and not let fear, paranoia, anxiety, all that stuff get the best of you, it is important to kind of think about the present and what you can control, because there is no point trying to fix all the things that you can't control. It's really important just to kind of do what you can in your household, to be vigilant, to do what you would normally do anyways to prevent being sick. And that's kind of what our household mentality is, because we can control what happens around the world. We try to roll with the punches and do what we can to control by implementing all the healthy habits that we can to kind of boost our immune system, stay on top of things, and to kind of keep the stress at bay. I hope this video was really helpful to all of you. Every household is very different in terms of how they combat things such as this, but I'm interested in knowing how you guys are handling it. So don't forget to comment below. I share self-care tips, self-love tips on a weekly basis. And so don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification for weekly videos on all things self-care. I really appreciate all of you guys for taking the time to watch my videos, for liking, commenting, and sharing. I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.